do you think that your most viral video, I mean, I've known you for so long, so it's hard for me to figure out like, oh, what really put Ryan Long on the map. But I know that the video like that wokes and racists are the same. It has like what 10 million views now. That came out what beginning of the pandemic, I feel like.
Yeah, that was kind of when my YouTube channel was already kicking, but I mean again, maybe a boring story, but like I already had whatever, like some followers on different platforms when I moved here from like my TV shows and digital series or whatever. And then all my like stand up like really popped off on TikTok, and that kind of like doubled my
Oh,
YouTube channel.
wow.
And then I had some small ones, like I did this like these like internet tattletale videos, and those were doing like 40,000, 50,000 kind of thing. And then I did a Fox News and CNN one, like how those would cover the riots like differently kind of thing.
How to
And
sell footage, yeah.
yeah, that was kind of like the first one that started to get like 400,000 or 500,000. Then I had like maybe two more that were kind of like that. Then that woke racist one that was like the big one that did like crazy views.
Okay.
But
Right,
also
because
sort of yeah, there's also like it was almost less that one was such crazy views, because I actually have a few videos that like across platforms did more views, but it was more just like that one contextualized something. It was almost like I guess like everyone, hopefully, like there's a few times in your career where you're like, or whatever, you're like doing internet stuff that you're just like, you were kind of the one that said the right thing at that moment, you know what I mean? And then
mhm.
it almost like you can move past it in a little bit, right? Where it was like that like was kind of the right thing for the moment. So it was almost like it mattered a little bit, even though maybe sometimes there are videos you'll make that have like crazy views, but it didn't seem to like matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I've done anything that's mattered yet, but I think I know what that feeling is. The timing is so
Yo,
important, and
yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, even like on the big scale, there's these like shows that were way smaller. Like even if you think of like Tim and Eric or something like that was not a enormous show, but it like kind of mattered in terms of like changing the way people do things, or like Portlandia, or even like I like don't like this show, but Girls sort of like was a point where people started changing, and like a lot of people were starting to like move towards that style of comedy, and that was probably like a linchpin, even though no one really watched it. It was just sort of like in the. So I think it was like a things can kind of have like some level of importance in like a community or something like that.
yeah, it kind of bothers me that girls it kind of helped to shape the cultural landscape. I like shudder at that because it's like, oh, she's just glamorizing like being a fat slut, like big deal. Like,
You know what though? I kind of look back at it, and I'm like, it that it was it's more gross now because it became like a lot of times it starts and you're like, oh, that's never happened before, right? And then when everyone was doing it, now you're like another person glamorizing a fat slut. You know,
yeah,
I even
you want
look
to be
back
the
at
first.
well, I even look back at like things that I do, because the internet moves so quickly, where you'll see something 2 years ago and you're like, it's almost like, oh, I would never make that. But that one of the reasons is you were maybe sometimes you're a part of the thing that made it, you kind of were, you and a few people made something, and then it became like everyone was making that. Now you're just like, I would never make that. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It just jogged something. I was like, I at the beginning of the pandemic, I did this. Remember when Gal Gadot was singing like Imagine, and she was trying to like bring all of us peons together by calming us down with a song with different celebrities, and it was
yeah.
like Imagine there. So me and a bunch of comics like we
Yeah, I
did like
remember. Yeah,
kung
yeah,
flu
yeah.
fighting or whatever, and that got me in a ton of shit. People thought, oh, you're so racist. The trolls were signing me up for like Asian newsletters and stuff. The ways in which people trolled me back were like pretty interesting, like signing me up for like newsletters or mailing lists or like classes. Like I'd get emails
I guess
about
that
like
is kind of
learn
funny.
Chinese. Why?
I mean, that's I'd way rather have that than troll you by mass reporting you.
Yeah. What videos of yours do you think you got the most kickback for or blowback? It's probably the better word.
Oddly, well, I mean, there's been a few that, like became the big, like a few big ones where, all these people made reaction videos, and, I've had like people try to mass flag and all that sort of stuff. But the biggest one where I probably have never experienced like just inbox full of not even kidding, like 1,000 per inbox, maybe more, was this one I made about Will Smith. And it was like, yo, his fans just went crazy.
Why did Will Smith's fans come after you?
Because
What video is
it's
this?
almost like stan culture is almost as aggressive as, people trying to get you fired culture. And it, like, in a lot of ways, it's funny when you'll see the two of them combined. Like, people are trying to cancel someone that has just this crazy fan base, like a guy from One Direction or something like that. Like, those kind of super celebrity stans are almost more aggressive than your, Daily Beast reporter or whatever. So I made this video when it actually was before the Will Smith thing was happening, but it got mad then. But then after the Will Smith thing happened, yeah, I made this
Was it
one
this
where,
a message to Will Smith from Jada's Entanglements? I wonder
and
if
it
I
was
can play a little bit of real copyright striking. Okay.
no,
What's going on, Will?
Hey, Will. I know you've been feeling down lately, so Jada called some of the guys and asked us if we did a little video for you.
so here it is, buddy. I hope it helps.
I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the maintenance guy that came around to fix your sink, and I ended up tagging Jada in the bathroom while you were upstairs.
Dude, she cares about you. Just last week, after a 2-hour piping, she's still talking about how much she cares about you, how good of a father you are.
Big Willie, listen, I know you've had trouble satisfying her in the past. That's never been an issue for me, but to each his own.
And again, we do know that you've been having trouble pleasing her, so we're all doing our part to take some of that
DJ/unemployed.
Yeah, the whole bit was, it was just like all the guys, it's like, I don't know, all the guys, they were banging his wife, like making him a video to feel better. But
You're like, don't worry, bro. We all go through it. Like,
Yeah,
she
well-
really still thinks of you.
yeah, it wasn't even on like, so, and then but there's like, some, the funny lines like, just, I was at your house the other day banging her. And by the way, that cabinet, was that oak? Like, it's just super nonchalant. But, that was probably the most I've ever experienced where it was like my social media accounts were like unusable for 2 days. It was pretty-
Really? Like,
Yeah, it
you
was, like,
couldn't go on
wild.
there? Or did you have to, like, did you ever? I mean, you would never private your accounts. You're
No,
not
I
that
didn't
kind of
pri-
guy.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
private them. But it was, I mean, I haven't. I don't know if like maybe under the right circumstance I would. I don't know. But like I think maybe like, but in this scenario, I did not. It was just, but they were like unusable from how much like Will Smith fans were. I still like, I don't check my Facebook inbox, but like still, if I check notifications on there, it'll be like a few a week of people just like flipping out, like fucking don't talk shit about
That's
Will
pretty
Smith.
amazing. Like my friend Anna, that Star Wars girl, she, stepped in it with Lizzo, and she felt the same wrath of her fans.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
And
the exact same thing.
This is why the government like loves working with celebrities, is the power they have, the influence they have. Like, it's so much easier to like simp and have posters of celebrities on your wall than to be like, I have a Nancy Pelosi poster on my wall. Like, that just politicians aren't cool, and celebrities are like the pipeline, and they know how much pull they have and influence. So it's like, oh yeah, let's just have Cardi B interview Joe Biden. Boom.
I think it's musicians more. Like, I don't know if, I guess Will Smith's both, but
He's a triple threat.
he's
Oh
one,
yeah.
he's one of the greatest musicians of all time, man. The thing, but I don't know if like, do you think Brad Pitt has people that are like that? Like, you do not, like, I don't know. It seems like it's mostly musicians, and then the odd, like, I guess actor that appeals to like certain demo or something. But like, I can't imagine that Justin Long people are going that crazy.
Well, he fell off. Oh my God, he blew up with the Apple ads. The Apple.
He was
computer
the guy for a second, right?
ads. And then, man, I don't know what he's doing now. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.